Hi, and welcome to another session of Sweet Struggle. So in this particular video, we're going to try and attempt to learn a new song. Okay, it is always interesting to learn a new song. So this is a song from a very beautiful book, colorful book, and it's the India Russell Singing for the Musical Theatre Songbook, Grade 1. Okay. This song is very interesting because it falls in the category of the musical theatre. So as you know, you are also learning language enrichment, right? So language enrichment, it focuses on how you develop your communication skills and how you speak correctly, enunciating and pronouncing your words correctly, making sure your consonants and the vowels are correctly placed and projected and sung and also spoken rather. Similarly, when you have the same thing doing when we are working at the language enrichment part of your course, okay, we can couple it with music, okay, and music will help you to better understand, to shape your vowels and your consonants clearly so that your articulation and your presentation altogether is very well. So having said that, this is a song which we would like to explore and perhaps learn eventually. And the first song that I'll be teaching you from this repertoire is called Scales and Arpeggios, a very famous song written by Richard Sherman and Robert Sherman for Aristocats, a Disney movie which you must watch if you have time. And this is a song which talks about scales and arpeggios, and you must first understand what exactly a scale and arpeggio is. For many of you, scales and arpeggio are two different terms and perhaps you are not familiar with. So in music, a scale is a given series of notes which are used together to write a tune, basically a tune that we think of any tune. It could be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to any original tune that you could think of, okay, from Happy Birthday to You to anything that can come. So they're all written on a given scale, and a scale is basically, sorry for the bell ringing, is something like, that is your scale, okay, going up and down. So you know do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. You're familiar with it as sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, re, ga, ma, ma, ga, re, sa. So you're also familiar, perhaps you're familiar with that way also. So this is called a scale, where you basically use notes, not all, some of them, to write out a particular tune that you are familiar with or you would want to write anew. And what is an arpeggio? An arpeggio is basically a broken scale, okay, where we basically use some parts of a couple of notes to form a broken series of scales. So we can use the first note, the third note, the fifth note, and the eighth note. So it sounds something like that when I play it. Okay, so it's broken, like broken steps going up and down. So when we and these scales and arpeggios are basic exercises that all singers do as warm-ups before they actually sing the song. So the song here says the same thing. For every cultured music student must know his scales and arpeggios. And then he says that when you sing, try to sing from the chest, because we're talking about resonance, okay, and not through your nose, okay, because that gives you a very bad tone. Okay, you must sing your scales and your arpeggios in order to become a good singer. So here is a brief introductory lesson to the song that we're going to learn. Sorry for the bell. Okay, now moving on. I'm going to sing the song for you, of course, and then we're going to take it from there and we're going to try and learn the song. Do, re, so, mi, do. Every truly cultured music student knows you must learn your skills and your appeggios. Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose. You must sing your skills and your appeggios. Though at first it seems as though it doesn't show, like a tree up will grow and grow. If you're smart, you'll learn by heart what every artist knows. You must sing your skills and your appeggios. Right, so that is the song. Now, if you actually have listened to the performance, of course I'm singing in my head voice, which you can relate with, of course. But at the same time when I'm singing, there are a couple of things that we need to keep in mind, okay? How are we going to sing the tune, okay? So we're trying, number one, not to push, not to shout, not to scream, not to yell, okay? But we are trying to sing without these four don'ts. So how do we do? We breathe. Okay, so we expand our rib cage, let it come out, enough of air, deep breaths, okay? And we make sure the sound is always in the head, okay? And we know our words. That's very important. We have to know our words very clearly. Without knowing the words, we will not go anywhere. So you must know your words very clearly. So here, there is a little exercise that I'm going to do with you. We're going to do the broken scale, broken chords, and we're going to do it with an R, U, A, E. We're going to try and maintain a sense of uniformity of tone throughout. Okay, so when you're singing, all the notes should sound same. So try to breathe in, and when you're singing, try to yawn. Keep yawning like this. So I'm holding this so that I can feel that I have taken a breath. Make sure I'm not stiff on the shoulders, shoulders relaxed. In the head, let the sound ring in the head. Going, breathe, lot more breath. Good, you can reach up to an E there. That's very good. Without pushing, without shouting, yelling, that's very good. So open your mouth, keep a lot of space in the back, breathe, use the yawn. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind, okay, while doing. So now when we have done this, we're going to use the same technique while singing this particular song. Okay, so do me so mi do. Every truly cultured music student knows you must learn your skills and your appeggios. So, point here, I'm shaping my vowels and consonant nicely and in a very round manner. I'll do that again so you can follow with me. Breathe in. Do, mi, so mi do. Every truly cultured music student knows. Breathe. You must learn your skills and your appeggios. Breathe. After every phrase, we're learning how to breathe and keep the shape there. Then, bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose, while you sing your skills and your appeggios. Though at first it seems as though it doesn't show, like a tree ability will bloom and grow. Shape your vowels. I'll do that again so that you can shape your vowels. Don't forget, don't push them. Use the yawn breath. So, third verse. Though at first it seems as though it doesn't show, like a tree ability will bloom and grow. Right? Move on. If you're smart, you'll learn by heart what every artist knows. You must sing your skills and your appeggios. Now, the last section, I know it's a little tricky here, okay, because it's covering the whole length. Okay, so you are making big jumps, but make sure you're not pushing the notes, okay, or you're not shouting or yelling the last high notes. It will sound horrible if you do so. So, how do we approach this? When you sing, just before this, you must sing your skills. Quickly take a breath. And your appeggios. A very good exercise for this is to do this. This is what we call slides, okay, where we go up and down. The whole point of doing a slide is to maintain the low note and connect the lower note with the higher note, maintaining the same tonal color, the sound. Okay, it should not go. It shouldn't become like that. It should say. So when you can do that, when you can connect both the notes on the higher end and the lower end, that's when you can sing up. Right? Best way to do is so use any open vowel, R, A, E, O, whichever is comfortable for you, and you just do the first two notes, R, O, O, like that, and then you connect. O, 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 right? And then you can, once you get that bit, once you achieve step number 2, let's call it, then you put in the word, which is step number 3. Appeggios. Right? So I'll do the song once again to recap everything, okay? And you can work with the song, okay, and follow the tips that I have given you. Do me so, do so me do. Every truly conscious music student knows you must learn your skills and your appeggios. Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose, while you sing your skills and your appeggios. Though at first it seems as though it doesn't show, like a tree ability will grow and grow. If you're smart, you'll learn by heart what every artist knows. You must sing your skit and your appeggios. So, that's your song, right? And I'd like you to work this out at your own free time, whenever you are at your home, at your leisure, and keep these points in your mind so that you know what exactly is to be done and how exactly to be, how are we to learn this particular song. So number 1, very importantly, you must know the words. If you do not know the words, then you will not be able to focus on the other things, right? Number 2, make sure you're not screaming, yelling, shouting, pushing, okay? Number 3, remember to breathe, expand the rib cage, take enough breath, okay? Number 4, shape your vowels, R, A, E, O, right? Number 5, when you're singing, use yawning. Keep yawning. Sing on the yawn and shape the sound in the head, just as I have shown you. Okay? Don't do the whole, number 6, don't do the whole song at one go. Just do parts, a little bit of in the beginning, a little in the middle, and then arpeggio, the last section where you do the big jump separately. So once all of that is together, you can put the whole song together, and there you have it. The whole song will sound nice. And finally, the 7th point, which we haven't addressed much, but it automatically comes. It is very important to bring out the character and, you know, the story. I mean, there's not much to it. There's no imagery of that kind, but of course it's just a small instruction. So you have to keep that in mind while you're singing it, and focus on the tone and the quality of sound that you're producing. Okay, so just keep that going, and I'm sure if you rehearse it every twice a week or thrice a week, I'm sure you're going to achieve something at the end of this particular song. Remember, it's not just singing, but it is also practicing with a certain conscience that you approach this particular music. Yeah, so enjoy it, right? Enjoy the whole process and take your time. Okay, but do learn the song, do learn the words. Very important. You must know your words very clearly and very particularly, right? I will share you the accompaniment track separately with this video. This is all the approach to scales and arpeggios. Okay, and so you can listen to it and you can try and learn it at your own pace. Alright, that's enough for today. I hope you enjoy practicing. Sweet struggle.